Alright, what is going on today, guys? Welcome back to another episode of your source for the music and music production. Wow. Today we'll be talking about some new plugins. For once we got new plugins, they seem okay. In our first story, WXAUDIO has released a new vocal transformation plugin. It does vocal tuning as well as vocoding, and this plugin seems to be focusing more on artificial extreme results as opposed to organic natural sounding results. It utilizes an FFT based retuning engine, and they even say themselves that singing skills are not required, so lucky us. So it does extreme vocal tuning. You can morph your vocals into synth waveforms. You can create harmonies. They say it is their deepest plugin yet. Now many of you guys may be asking, does it use AI? Yeah, I wasn't thinking that either, but apparently they have a little quip about it here on their website. Does HUMANOID use AI? No, HUMANOID is powered entirely by sophisticated DSP and no algorithms were trained or harmed in the process. You happy about that one? You happy got that one off? In our next story, apparently CHERYL Crow is in a coma. No one will tell you that though. Instead, what they will tell you is that she's talking about Drake's use of AI Tupac. Yeah, that happened like over a month ago. Why is she talking about it at this point? I don't know. I'm telling you, this is what they're really keeping from you. Speaking of comas, deadmau5 might have been in one as well. All of a sudden, he wants to pull his music off of Spotify. He saw those comments from Daniel Ek a while ago saying the cost of content is close to zero, and he's mad. I do think deadmau5 does have a point though. Whether or not the cost of creating art is close to zero, it can be and it cannot be, depending on how people go about making it, recording it, mixing, mastering, etc. If you want to cut every possible corner and do it yourself, yes, you could technically. That doesn't make it not valuable though. You can make art very cheap that has a lasting impression for decades. I'm not doing that though. I'm sure there's somebody out there doing that. In our next story, we got another plugin, this one by SOUNDTHEORY, the same people that make Gullfoss. This one is known as KRAFTUR. So it's been carefully engineered to enrich your mix, can increase power while preserving the original integrity of dynamics. It says it relies on innovative algorithms to avoid artifacts that come with more traditional approaches to soft clipping. So it's claiming to add clarity, punch, and pleasant warmth. Gotta say, its interface, kinda nice. The triangular control of the multi-band, single band, and dry is unique. Definitely has some nuclear submarine missile interface type vibe. Okay, this is one of the more interesting stories. We're going to talk about a cancellation here, and no, it's not Dr. Disrespect. I'm not as interested in the cancellation as I am the apologies that have come out recently, because of how bad and bizarre it is. Let me give you some quick backstory. Apparently this group of rhythm producers named Vulgar, they've gotten themselves into some shit. From what I'm aware of, they apparently had really gory visuals. What they apparently showed on screen was from the Holocaust. They were showing stuff from the Holocaust. They're rhythm producers, so they have the EDM plur crowd, and they were fucking pissed off. Several of the members got exposed for being like abusive. You know, he said something like this here on the screen here. Just doesn't look good with the Holocaust visuals though. You know, that combined with this, not so good. They put out an apology, and it may be the worst apology of all time. Maybe. I'm not saying whether or not they're guilty of whatever they're being accused of, but the apology itself is entertaining. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for the apology. I'm here for the bad apologies. In light of recent events, Vulgar has decided to disband. We are deeply sorry for any disappointment or inconvenience this may have caused our fans and anyone affected. So far, so good. Nothing that bad there. Thank you for your love and support over the years. Our appreciation goes beyond words. Okay, it's good so far. Why didn't they stop there? What else is there to say here? We're putting the summer merch we had pre-planned up on the website for anyone to grab. All items are in hand and ready to be shipped. Alright, we're canceled. We fucked up. We know we fucked up. Who wants to buy some merch, huh? Definitely irony not lost to me that their name is Vulgar. And they're getting canceled for being vulgar, essentially. Not just vulgar, but bad taste. We're doing stuff in bad taste. So let's have people shitting on them so fucking hard. People just being like, so anyways, my album's coming out soon. So anyways, I got Pokemon on my Apple Watch. That looks like shit, by the way. I don't want to play Pokemon on an Apple Watch. So they wrote another apology after this. I'm not sure why. They already said they're disbanding the project. One of the members basically apologized again. He said him and his girl both cheated on each other, but he didn't abuse her. But it takes a very sudden turn after that. Regarding health matters, I apologize for unintentionally transmitting an STI. All right, I hadn't seen that part of the allegations here. This is like I'm finding out new stuff as I'm reading this apology here. Additionally, she claimed that I engaged in scamming on platforms like Reddit and Kick. My only Reddit account is limited to interests such as Warhammer. That's super cool. Carpets, old school RuneScape. Wait, hold on. Did he just say carpets? I've never catfished anyone for financial gain. Once again, I'm deeply sorry for any offense caused by the vigils at Lost Lands. They were obtained without full awareness of their origins. Upon realizing the issue, we promptly rectified the visuals and implemented a detailed process to ensure responsible sourcing in the future. So I'm not going to go through all the allegations or the entire apology here. P.S. I would never do anything to put my ferrets in harm's way. So anyways, it turns out it was written with AI. Here it says it's got a human score of 0%, and on the other website it says that 87% probability of being AI generated. And I don't understand why it would be AI generated though, because it seems like a fairly simple response to make. If there's anything to learn here, do not generate any sort of apology with AI. Also, do not plug your merch in an apology. So this is an interesting one here. Apparently Google's DeepMind V2A AI technology can create soundtracks for videos based on both their pixels and your text prompts. More AI shit.
Fantabulous.
So great. It's wonderful. So this is video to audio technology. That is what the V2A stands for. So it has this person playing drums here. I'm assuming it'll be able to make sound for it. So this was generated using the prompt, a drummer on stage at a concert surrounded by flashing lights and a cheering crowd. That's pretty impressive. I mean, it didn't look completely believable, but it looked pretty believable. There's more examples. Let's look at this really quickly here. Okay, so the prompt for this one was cinematic thriller, horror film, music, tension, ambience, footsteps on concrete. One thing is for sure, it is absolutely generic either way. Okay, in our next story, Questlove has said that he's been triggered by the Drake and Kendrick Lamar feud. This wasn't about skill, this was a wrestling match level, mudslinging and takedown by any means necessary. Women and children and actual facts be damned. I mean, while there's some truth to that, I think pretty much all rap battles and any sort of internet feud is just a wrestling match or mudslinging, all that bullshit. The same audience wanting blood will soon put up RIP posts like they weren't part of the problem. I mean, while there's some truth to that, I don't think a lot of people think of it as going that deep. They're not thinking about the potential violence that could happen. I don't know. To them, it's just fun. He basically stated via NPR that the beef reminded him of the Tupac and Notorious B.I.G. beef in the 90s. But let's be honest here, Drake ain't really connected like that, alright? That was never on the table, I don't think. We got some breaking news here. A friend of mine, WXAUDIO, who made the plugin named Nani, you may have heard of it, very controversial. He has released a new plugin named WebSampler.
WXAUDIO presents WebSampler. We put a whole web browser inside of a VST plugin. We're actually in FL Studio sampling this video of a capybara snoring. Just drag and drop and you're done. It's that easy.
Coincidentally, I was accidentally involved in the creation of WebSampler. I don't know, I was just doing my thing. Somehow I ended up involved. Me and my chat in a live stream were joking around about the creation of a plugin named the Procrastinator. Essentially a plugin that lets you watch YouTube or do whatever you want in your DAW. Get it? Procrastinator? So you can procrastinate in your DAW? Yeah, it's clever. So anyways, the absolute legend WXAUDIO, he created that plugin during the stream and then allowed us to try it out on stream. And that's essentially what it started out as, but he turned it into something that allows you to sample audio from the web browser, and you can just drag it in directly to your DAW. It has a built-in sample manager, and overall it seems like a pretty unique idea. There's a free trial, it costs $10. I always hate talking about the prices on WNN. I might start not doing that unless I really like the product or there's something funny about it. I just hate the idea of feeling like a walking advertisement or a walking billboard. That's one thing I really hate about doing the news when it comes to products. I essentially have to talk about the product and it sounds like I'm trying to sell people on something. In our next story, UVI has released their Tape Suite, a collection of 4 tape-based plugins including delay, flanger, chorus, and color. They have a very interesting UI. It's creative and very modern looking. While they are essentially basic effects, you can change the characteristics of the tape through tape simulation, a compander, playback filtering, and modulation. Lastly, I stumbled upon something interesting named the ULTRACOMB filter via AU5.
Hey, it's AU5, and this is the ULTRACOMB, a filter I invented.
It's a highly flexible, zero-latency, harmonic analog comb-shepherd filter that can produce sounds only before heard from FFT processors and spectral synths.
He released a free sample pack of the ULTRACOMB filter being used, and in order to access the ULTRACOMB filter, you have to be a part of his sound design masterclass, but you can actually make it yourself if you follow the steps in his video, which I'll link in the description. Okay guys, that is it for this episode of WNN, your source for the music and music production news. If you want to support the channel and what I do here, consider liking the video, subscribing. If you want to support me even further, consider joining my Patreon and becoming a channel member. For as low as $5 a month, you get access to exclusive content, such as outtakes and other goodies. I'll see you guys next time.